Hello, everyone.
Hi.
It's Nico and Moni.
What's up?
It's crazy to say we're wrapping up our first month on remote year. We spent the last month in South Africa in the beautiful city of Cape Town on the coast, and I couldn't think of a better place to start and kind of get into this experience. So we're gonna ask each other some questions that we haven't told each other, and
Have you already thought of yours?
I'm just
Nico's, I have to look up
coming
mine
up with these.
and write them down. Okay.
But I can start, and we're just gonna share a little bit about our experience, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. So, Monica,
Yeah.
what has been the biggest surprise? Of just coming on remote year, leaving your home, and spending your first month with a group of strangers. We're with 18 strangers that we met who don't don't feel like strangers anymore, and that's been a whole experience in itself. But yeah, what's been the biggest surprise of maybe the trip itself, like you coming here, and then of South Africa?
Well, the first one that comes to mind is actually being here. So maybe I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I think being here has been, I didn't really know what to expect from, or I didn't really know what it was going to be like. I didn't really look up and do a lot of, research before coming. So I think, honestly, the beauty of it all, I think it's really rare that you get, the mixture of, being close to the water and then also the mountains. And so it's just really beautiful here, and
Super beautiful.
We did a couple tours, and I was just so overwhelming. Even though some of the dates weren't super sunny, but I honestly really enjoyed it, and I think we're both nature people, so I think we both just had a really huge appreciation for just the scenery and the beauty of the landscape.
Yeah, I definitely felt like Africa has a different feel than any place I've been. With obviously it being where so many things began in history, and but the look of the mountains, the feel of it, the nature, the wildlife. It's very special here.
Yeah.
And I won't forget, some of the views we got to see, and it was just really, really, really amazing nature. And yeah, fun fact, we come from the northern hemisphere, coming down to the southern hemisphere, and it's the opposite season. So
yeah.
it was winter down
that
here.
I had no idea,
which was surprising.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be as cold as it was.
Very cool weather. Even cold, and not for us Coloradans, but it wasn't bad for us. But it was.
It was rainy and just cool.
A little chilly, yeah. So yeah, not what you suspect when you come to Africa, or when you leave springtime and summertime in Colorado and come to winter over here. Yeah. That was a cool experience as well. So. Anything else?
I think I've honestly surprised myself with how I don't know if it's also because it's the first month, so I'm kind of
right.
But this is how I feel right now, is that I feel just really trying to be, present and take everything in, whether it's the people, whether it's where we're at. And I just feel like I've adjusted pretty well, and I think it's kind of surprising to myself, So
I've been very proud of her.
Yeah, so we'll see with the other countries, but I also think that this was a nice kind of easing our way into the trip, because of I don't know, it doesn't seem so difficult to adjust to kind of the lifestyle here, So yeah, that's how I felt.
Awesome. All right, your turn.
Okay. I, of course, have mine on my phone. Where did you go that was super beautiful, where you felt like photos just couldn't do justice?
I mean, yeah, it's tough actually. There's several places. But I think this last weekend we went to a game reserve, to see some wildlife. And on the way there, I have no idea where we were, so I couldn't tell you. But we drove through some mountains, and they were it was really next level. Jagged, super tall,
Yeah.
completely surrounding you.
It wasn't like Colorado where you're just like looking like face front. It was like literally like mountains.
They were like on
from
top
life
of you,
right?
yeah. And they just looked. They were in crazy shapes, like miles and miles of this jagged, huge mountain that was just sideways. It was just. I mean, we were. I think we were with our friends Dan and Dara, and all of us were in the car, just like, what is going on? It was truly. And then I snapped a picture on my phone, and it was like it was a joke. So it didn't even come close to what I was seeing. So that was probably the most amazing nature. Like, didn't do justice. Also, we went to the very tip of the Western Cape of Africa, so very bottom western point of Africa, and that was just we went to a lighthouse. It was so beautiful. The ocean,
That was so nice.
really, really beautiful. So also, I don't think it totally did it justice as well.
Yeah.
How about you?
Nice. I would probably say we're on our way to the game reserve. I think, no pictures really did it justice.
The sky down here too. When we were at the game reserve was amazing. Obviously, you can't capture that in photos.
Or even like this, like I've never seen so many stars in the sky. When we were at the game reserve, there was a certain point where, like the power just didn't come back on at the resort.
Oh, maybe we should. Maybe you should explain load shedding.
Oh yeah,
that's been a surprise.
Load shedding is when there's like certain time frames throughout the day where the power turns off. And so
the government's like trying to save power.
Yeah.
And so they'll just turn off power in certain grids of the city at certain times for hours at a time.
Yeah.
So
it could be like an hour or 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, and it's just like random. Like there's no like
reason,
pattern
right,
or yeah. So thankfully there's an app on our phone that usually helps most of the time, but there's only been one instance where it happened super randomly and it wasn't on the app.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so it happens like, even like
several times a day.
Yeah, several times a day, but it happened when we were at the resort, and some places have generators. And so this one didn't kick in. So we were like literally in the dark for, I don't even know. It was
we were
like
eating dinner.
Yeah, we were eating dinner with our like phones and pulling out our flashlights and stuff. And it didn't come on for like maybe 2 hours or something, I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up, anyway, so all to say that like it was cool because there was literally like no power or light on where we were. So you could definitely see the stars like super clearly.
I had a bucket list item of seeing the Southern Cross, which I've always wanted to see since I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. So that was really, really special to see that in person. And
what was also the haziness? Was that the Milky?
Yeah, see the Milky Way.
Yeah, that I had never seen before.
Saw one of the biggest shooting stars I've ever seen. It was just crazy. So
yeah, it was funny because at some point, like our friend Dara was like, "I'm gonna take a picture of the stars." We're like, "Girl, this is not gonna do it justice," There's no way you're gonna get like the haziness in the photos,
And our room had an outdoor shower, so we showered under the stars, and that was really cool. So
yeah,
it was awesome. Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, Mika.
Yeah. I guess for every question.
Yes. How was it being your first or second month being married, being on this trip?
Ooh. That's a personal one.
That's what the people want to hear.
Yeah, right? The juicy stuff. I would say, one, it's been freaking awesome. I love being married. I love being married to you.
Ooh.
So that's been super great. Just having somebody to do things with. I think me specifically, I think even it was happening like this weekend, like we're meeting a new group of people that we've never met before. And so like in this weird way, like I still want to, I was telling Nico, like, not that I've like completely lost like who I am like as an individual, but just wanting to be seen as like Monica and not just like, oh, this is Monica and Nico, you know. But no, like, but also accepting like, you know, that we are who we are as individuals. But yeah, we do offer something different when we come together as a couple. Also being intentional of like letting each other do like their own thing, whether that's like, I don't know, an activity or hanging out with the group or certain people in the group. So
Yeah, it is. It is unique because you are in a new place. You kind of have to be intentional of, you know, yeah, like, I mean, you went to an event with some friends, some people in our group the other night, and I just stayed back because I
Yeah.
thought it's like, oh, it'd be nice to have a little time just to,
yeah.
you know, work on some music and just chill out by myself or whatever. So,
Not that I'm
we're-
saying that that's hard either. That's not hard because, like, naturally, like, you know, I'm not as outgoing as you are. But
Yeah.
So definitely pushing myself too to like be intentional, and I want these people to get to know me, yeah, for who I am. But other than that, I think
It's been awesome.
yeah, it's been great. I've honestly really enjoyed it.
Super special to share stuff together, and
Yeah,
it's just amazing being here.
yeah,
It's been awesome, guys.
yeah. It's been really
Highly
great.
recommend if you can do it. It's way more affordable than you think. You know, obviously, it's just can your life, you know, match up to doing something this extreme? But you don't have to come out for a year. But I just think like, you know, they have 3-month programs, 1-month programs, and you don't even have to do it through remote year. But I just think these type of experiences, I mean, just even in a month, I could already tell has been so rich of and stretching and yeah, like it just takes you out of your world, and I just think that's just such a good. It's been such a good thing for me. I think for us, and
I find it really grounding too, like in a sense of
very humbling.
we like went through, they're called townships, where they're more of like the communities that are more, I don't know how you put it, like low income or
Yeah,
so it was just really humbling to like be like, wow, like this is how like these people like live. And
Yeah.
so to just really, not that we're already grateful, but again to like remind us that wow, like we are super blessed with what we have.
and also to see like, I mean, to meet these people who, you know, we would look at and maybe even feel bad for with, you know, their living situations, but I mean, these people they're beautiful people.
I
like,
felt it immediately
happy,
when we at
full of
the
life.
first restaurant that we went to, like in the server.
Yeah,
Like I felt he was like super accommodating and super nice,
yeah.
you know, and I just felt that immediately from the people here.
And they live with a different sense of community, you know, because their homes are they're literally sharing walls with their neighbors.
Yeah.
They are really close together, and I think there's a lot of benefits to that, you know, that community. I'm sure everyone really knows each other well, and
Yeah.
and we don't get to experience that as much back home. So there's trade-offs, you know. It's like, you know, when you come to different cultures, I mean, South Africa is very complex, you know, the history. I really encourage everyone watching to, you know, to come here to learn about what's happened here and just kind of navigate its you know, complex layers of political, the people, race. You know, there's so many layers here that have, you know, been a little eye-opening for me, and and going to these townships, spending time with these people. It's been a gift for sure. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
One more question.
sure. We're getting a little long here.
What advice would you give someone coming here for the first time?
Bring your hiking shoes.
There are a lot of great hiking
Um,
spots.
Be outside. Oh, one other really nice thing about here for at least Americans is, the things are really cheap here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you basically are living for half off. The conversion rate is really great for us. So that's also really nice.
Tip your Uber drivers.
Tip your Uber drivers.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That's
they I guess give you a bad rating if you don't tip them. So,
Yes.
but we're talking about $2-3 Ubers, guys.
Yeah.
It's
really not much.
cheap. Yeah, our first time we went out to dinner, we got drinks, we got steak, we got whatever. It was like 22 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like,
Super
whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your hiking shoes, tip your Uber drivers.
They do this. Sorry, I have to cut you
No,
off.
go
They
ahead.
do this interesting thing that when you're at the restaurants is that you actually calculate what you ordered on the bill, and
Oh, yeah.
you let them know like, okay, this is the total, and this is how
It's a
much
little
it
bit
goes
honor
to.
system, right?
It is.
Yeah, like if
It
you go
really
with a
is.
big group,
Yeah.
they will not do the math for you.
No.
They'll just give you a check, and then they'll just go to you and be like, okay, so how much
How much is the
how
total?
much is your total?
Yeah.
And then we'll just be like, oh, it's 600 grand.
That was really interesting.
That was
It's not that it's not like they're going to take like multiple credit cards like how they do in the U.S.
No.
Or you're taking the pen and you're,
No.
you're
Yeah,
sharing
yeah.
it around the table. So that was really interesting. So don't be surprised by that. Definitely like they are just chilling here in terms of like time.
Oh yes.
So be patient and just honestly just enjoy.
Just enjoy where you're at because
Yeah.
they're very like they're not rushing to give you
No.
service.
No.
They're not rushing to bring you your food. So it's
They're super hospitable. I
super
would say.
hospitable. Like
But-
it's not like bad service per
Yeah.
se, but I could see how people would say it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they think it's bad service because you're so used to
Yeah.
everything's super quick. But it's
Right.
actually kind of nice when you kind of settle into it and you accept it.
Yeah.
You kind of just like, oh, we're gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's
We're not going to be rushing.
just relax and enjoy each other's company. So
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, a lot of people think of South Africa and they think of it being very dangerous. Our experience here. I mean, personally, I felt very safe. We have been in
More of a very
a
touristy.
more tourist area. I mean, and it's been shocking how many security guards
Oh,
are here.
yeah.
They have a security guard literally every single block. But when we went into town, there are homeless and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like normal, like just be smart, be vigilant, and you're gonna be totally fine. Be in a group. Don't walk out by yourself at night, stuff like that. So
If you can take an Uber, take an Uber.
yeah, take the Uber everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were totally fine, and generally even in the townships, we met some locals. They were just super kind and
Yeah.
welcoming. So yeah, overall it's been amazing.
Yep.
We could talk about it for a long time, but we're not going to bore you guys. It's been, I could already tell. I can't even grasp what this year is going to bring to us. And also, we love our group. We've loved Remote Year. It's, really impressed with the program, our apartment, the accommodations,
Yep.
the stuff they have planned for us. So
Just
it's
a lot of support.
a lot of
I feel
support.
from them. Like always something to do if you want to be busy
yeah.
and doing something.
Yeah, and we're already, beginning to feel close to the people we're with only just in a couple weeks, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is gonna be a ride. So,
Yep.
thank you all for listening to this, and
Yes. Our next stop is Athens.
yeah, we're heading to
Greece.
Athens
And
this
it's
week.
basically the opposite
Yeah,
season
we're
there
gonna
right
be
now.
burning our booties off. It's like 115 degrees all week last week, so
Yeah.
they're breaking records over there. So it's going to be really hot,
Yeah.
but also really cool. Always wanted to go to Greece.
Yeah.
We're going to celebrate our honeymoon,
Yeah.
and you guys will see all that stuff. So thank you.
Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.